So I got introduced to this guy a while ago, and he apparently works for the first ever rugged phone making company here in China. And the company's called rangerfone, and he asked to meet me, and so I met up with him, and he gave me a sample to review. Now, as all you guys know, I don't review for profit, and I don't do any kind of sponsorship things on my channel, but I was very intrigued to take a look at this rugged phone and see what it's all about, since I like adventuring and, the whole motorcycle adventure stuff and what have you. So the idea of a rugged phone that can be thrown around, is waterproof and dustproof and all that kind of crap really appealed to me. So I went to go and meet the guy and asked him in his own words what's good about the phone. What would you like to say about these phones that your company makes?
This phone is a rugged phone, and we are a professional team in rugged phone. We've been in this business for over 8 years. We're good at it. We're reliable. When you go outside for camping, you take this phone, and I think everything is figured out. It's waterproof, dustproof, and it's also shockproof. So drop it whatever angle you like it. Just
Nice.
do it.
So, okay, tell me, you use this phone all the time, right? What do you think is useful about it? You personally, you live in a city, right? You're not really going outside much, do you?
Yeah, personally, sometimes I work in the city. Sometimes I don't go out, but when we would take this rugged phone, but in home, I can see the temperature, how the home it is. And when you turn on the air conditioner, when you're back home, you see the temperature. That's apparently.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when I take in the shower every day, I think this is bored. So this is waterproof. That means I can watch any video I can when in the shower room.
That sounds pretty interesting. Right, well, I'm not going to question what kind of movies the guy watches in the shower, but I thought that, I'd give this thing a proper review. So here's the box. How about we get cracking, open the thing up, and see what it's all about. Alright guys, so let's take a look at what this phone's actually all about. This is the little pamphlet. Not really interested, it's got all the different models. This is the Ranger phone. Apparently it's the S18 model. And the guy said that they should be retailing for around about, I think it's 1,800 RMB plus minus. Okay. Let's take a look. Peel this off. Okay. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I really hate these screen protectors. I'm just going to take this off. If this is supposed to be a tough phone, I don't think it needs a screen protector. Come. Off. Ah, that looks so much better. Okay, so that's the phone. It is... Well, it doesn't feel too bad. Like, I've definitely felt worse quality, worse builds. And you can take a look. Everything seems like it's all weather sealed, so I guess it is waterproof, as it is supposed to be. It's got, just those two ports that open up, bunch of really thick sort of buttons on the side. Pretty cool. Okay, let's take a look on the back here. Android, suppose that means GPS, NFC, that's pretty cool. And, well, that obviously means waterproof. So, hang on, I suppose. It feels a bit light, so there must be no battery inside. Looks like I'm going to have to use the good old-fashioned Swiss Army knife to get her open. So, let's take a look. Okay, so what do we got here? It's for an SD card. And looks like 2 SIM cards. Yeah, SIM 1, SIM 2. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I presume there's a battery in here. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, normal quick. That's nice, it's in English. Usually if you get a Chinese phone, it's all in Chinese. But according to that guy, they are trying to sort of market it to overseas. So, and he said, which is something that's very true, the outdoorsy sort of market's not very big in China, because Chinese people don't really do the rough and tumble outdoor stuff like we do in the West. They prefer to sort of go and stay in hotels and stuff. That camping and sort of really big outdoor activities are really not a big thing in China. And you don't need to take my word for it. Go and ask any Chinese person you like what their idea of extreme sports are. Okay, so battery, 3,500 milliamp hour. Alright, so it should last fairly long. Let's take a look. I guess it goes in like this. Okay. Let's close her up. It's actually quite cool. It's got a rubber seal all the way around, as you'd expect, being waterproof. And it does feel very nice and solid once you seal it up. Ah, another protective plastic job here I've got to get rid of. Come on. Alright, and I suppose have to screw these in. Excuse the shaky hands. Okay. So I presume once you've... hang on. I presume once these are nice and tightly screwed down that the phone is going to be fairly waterproof. He said it can go 2 meters underwater. I doubt I'll be putting this thing 2 meters underwater, to be honest. Okay, cool. So that's all screwed up, so to speak. Let's power this thing on. Rangerfone. Oh yeah, you know, the usual kind of just normal earphone type things come along. I never end up using those. They're normally bad, you know, even from the good manufacturers. What's this? Just a oh yeah, that's a 2 amp charger actually, so fast charger. That's nice. All right, so here we have the phone, and it's just vanilla Android. Nice. It's actually in English. Strange. I was expecting it to come up in Chinese. Let's take a look. About phone. Android version 5.1. Okay, so yes, we have Lollipop. Okay, that's cool. How do you do that? Have a little game there. Okay, never mind that. Okay, what else can we tell about this phone? So, what's special about this phone? Well, according to the guy, this little sensor here is what's special. And the reason is that's a humidity sensor, it's a temperature sensor, and also an air pressure sensor. But it's also waterproof, which is apparently was the hardest thing for them to achieve, was to figure out how to make it waterproof. And it is. So let's take a look. I don't know how you access those. Now they have a compass there. Okay, well there it does tell us the height and the air pressure. That's pretty cool. So let's see. Height calibration. Okay, let me set it to 0. Pretend we're at sea level. Okay, so now if I lower the phone, do I get any? Yeah, it's starting to give me a minus 2 meters and 0.2 meters. So yeah, okay, that does work. The air pressure sensor obviously works. But how do I check all the temperatures and humidities and things like that? Let's see. Don't see any apps straight out the bat. That wouldn't make sense though. Surely that would be something they have in the phone. Maybe a widget or something? Widgets? Not looking. Oh, there we go. Temperature. Okay. Give it to me on a new screen. Thank you. Alright, so let's see. Does this work? Ah, something is happening. Yeah, it is. It does actually work. It says it's now currently like 29 degrees and about 85% humidity, which is correct actually. It's really freaking cold right now. What am I saying? It's really freaking hot right now. That could be very useful, and that's one of the selling points of this phone, is the fact that it's got this temperature and humidity sensor built in, which is really awesome if you're hiking or if you live in a in a city like I do, where the temperature and humidity is off the scale. Nobody actually believed you, but now you can actually see that's what it is right now. It's really terrible right now. Okay, and I've even got my air conditioner on, although to be fair, it's on very high setting. Okay, so what else is there to say about this? Let's take a look at the camera. There's this little pink dinosaur, which I'll just put here on this white card. Okay, let's take a photo with both my phones, and then I'll compare. Whoa, that's loud. That doesn't even look in focus. Anyway, I'll take a photo. Okay, and I'll focus and take a photo with this phone. Wow, I'm not getting good focus on either phone. Okay, there, that's in focus. Let's be fair, take it from the same angle, and come on. To be fair, the Ranger phone took fairly okay pictures. Definitely not as good as your average modern smartphone, but still good enough. Now I'm going to be completely honest with you. This box right here is empty. Now the reason it's empty is I've just gotten back from America, hence the tan. You know, I was out in the desert and whatnot. And while I was in America, I had a subscriber meetup. And at the subscriber meetup, I had a giveaway. Now, I gave this away. The reason I gave it away is I thought it was good enough and interesting enough that my subscribers would enjoy it. And that is why I gave it away. I did want to keep it for myself, but I thought, you know, sharing is caring. My subscribers give a lot to me, so I want to give back to my subscribers. And, you know, the gentleman who won this is an absolutely wonderful guy. He gave me so many good suggestions to go and check out while I was in America and all that. And, well, here's actually the giveaway. Here's a clip. Yeah, that's fair. And the name is?
Bill Kivett.
Who's Bill Kivett?
Whoa.
Bill Kivett has won the rugged phone. Well done. Well, how do you feel about winning? Great. Okay guys, so I'm just going to give you my overall impressions of this phone because, like I said, I got to play with it and have a look at it for about a week before I gave it away. And I'm just going to say that it is what is written on the box. It's a rugged phone. It's the kind of thing that you keep as a second phone. I wouldn't use it as my primary phone because, let's be honest, the camera's, you know, mediocre. Pretty much all Chinese smartphones, their cameras are mediocre unless you're going for the bigger brands like Huawei or Xiaomi or something like that. They all seem to use the same sensors, which I guess are readily available on the market here. So although the camera's mediocre, the fact that the phone can actually be taken underwater makes it pretty worthwhile. I don't know, if you're scuba diving or something, you could probably take a snorkeling, I should say, not scuba diving. I don't think you can go that deep. But snorkeling, you could take some pictures. If you're at the beach, you can kind of wade out into the sea with it and take pictures of yourself and your friends having fun in the waves. So, you know, from that point of view, it's not bad. But yeah, the camera's kind of mediocre, so I wouldn't use it as my main phone because of that fact, mainly. And, you know, it's kind of big and bulky, so carrying it around everywhere it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. However, as a secondary phone, it is fantastic. I would keep it specifically for if I was going to go out hiking, cycling, doing something active, which I know would put my expensive, fancy smartphone in danger. So having it as a secondary backup phone is great. The fact that it's got better GPS than most phones, because it basically connects to the GLONASS and, you know, normal GPS, and there's a third one that it connects to, I can't remember now. And the fact that it's got that air pressure and temperature and all that kind of thing is really, really useful. If you're hiking or riding a motorcycle or whatever, you can tell your elevation, that kind of thing, which is fantastic. So as a secondary phone, I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's the kind of thing that you could really just take along with you. Forget about it. You don't need to worry about it getting damaged because it can survive just about everything. You can boil it in a pot. You can do what you want. It kind of survives. So for a secondary phone, it's great. And the fact that it has the capacity to take 2 SIM cards is really, really convenient. I mean, think about it. You could be, you know, if you're crossing the border, like for instance me, if I go from Shenzhen into Hong Kong, I can have my Shenzhen card and my Hong Kong card in there. And I don't even need to worry about swapping the SIM cards over. And also for the kind of person who has a work number and a private number, it's useful in that kind of situation. So all in all, a good phone. I suggest you guys check these guys out. They seem genuine. That's pretty much it. So guys, I have checked out some of the other rugged phones on the market here in China. And I got to say that they seem a little lacking. You do get some that seem a little better quality, but most of the stuff out there is actually worse. So you can't go wrong with the Ranger phone. Right guys, I just want to say a big congratulations to Bill for winning the phone in America, and thank you so much for all the advice you gave me and all of that. I really appreciate it. In fact, I had such a good time in America and it was so good to meet my subscribers. I'm really happy that I could give a little something back to you guys. And well, thanks for watching guys. I got a lot of videos coming, especially more about America, and I got a lot of catch up with some other things. Anyway, until next time, As always, guys, stay awesome.